Uh, test? Test? Uh, Hi. Hello. I'm not sure if things are working right now. I think they are. Uh, oh, okay, that's not bad. Good. So, hi. Hi. Okay, let me actually just set myself right back up to where I was. Sorry, give me a second. No, I don't want to close. There we go. Alright, that should fix everything. Hi, it's me, the local virtual baker. Um, yeah, Salty. I'm just here. We're not doing anything crazy today, believe it or not. Well, we're kind of just doing some simple stuff today. There's nothing in mind I really have to do. I don't want to hang out and just, bake and cook some foods and, hi there, Lund. Sorry it took me a moment to actually say hi to you. But yes, it is raining. It's raining in real life right now to where I am. So I thought it just seemed very thematic, and I thought it would just make a lot of sense for me to actually make some rain ASMR in the background. I think it just would sound very, very nice. So, today, although I said that we are baking, hold on, wait, I just realized I want to get huh, where'd it go? Alright, scrap, actually I do need that thing. Alright, so, today, I'm just kind of baking casually. There's nothing really much to introduce. I am also doing some experimentations, and on top of everything else, I'm making myself dinner as well. So, I mean, I guess I can show you how a professional makes themselves dinners, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna be making some food. Not much to it. And, well, I got a lot of ingredients to work with. For one thing, I got a few things on my agenda, things I want to cook and such. One of those things I want to cook, I really want to, oh shoot, wait, let me make sure is my mic good? I don't know. I never really understand how to do a good mic check, but I'm gonna assume that you can hear me. I have plenty of things I want to try and cook and bake and experiment today. One of those things I want to experiment is trying to make a brioche recipe. Well, not a brioche recipe, but going back to one of my brioche recipes because I just thought it'd be really interesting to try and make some bacon brioche. Right here in my hand, I have myself some, bacon fat, some lard for my job because, I wanted to do well, I wanted to bake, and I wanted to make a bacon bread, so I thought doing a bacon brioche would make sense, and since my job, we cook a lot of bacon, and it's really not even a second thought, it's not even a thought about the bacon grease. I just asked if I could take some, and they're like, yeah, go ahead, go take it, and, well, got myself a nice little thing of bacon fat. So I'm gonna be making some brioche with this. I also am planning on making just some white bread, like some sandwich bread. I just want to make some nice sandwich bread just because I can. I've been in the mood for some sandwiches, so I'm going to make that. And just because I'm trying to experiment of how I can actually work my oven, and also trying to experiment with just baking it, I'm going to make a baguette as well, because this little thing right here, the other night, if you saw my Twitter, I made myself a baguette. Or at least I tried to. It's a pretty nice bread. It smells It smells like a nice fresh bread still. And the good thing about this perforated, this like weird bag that can breathe and such, because it's not like a plastic bag. There are some holes where it can breathe through. It's kind of fresh still. It's soft. It's it's not exactly like a crusty baguette, but it's a nice little loaf of bread. And then, well, I'm just going to try and replicate it. I'm gonna try and make another bread like that. So, okay, so that's the agenda. That's the agenda with baking, at least. I am gonna do some cooking today, and it's gonna be my dinner. But I'm having a troubling time trying to decipher what should I make. Like, should I make myself a soup, or should I make myself a sandwich, or should I make myself something that is just kind of in that something like a Korean dish? Because I have a lot of choices of food to eat right now, and I don't know. With stuff that I've found online recently, I feel very fortunate to be like, wow, I have so much stuff, I can say these things. But yeah, I have a lot of food. Well, a lot of options at least. A lot of options to eat. So, I'm not sure what to do. I do know I want to make myself chowder. I need to make myself a nice chowder, but I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with this because at my job, again, I have been given a lot of this item. I have in these 2 containers right here. So one of my workers, my associates that I work with, well, they're really nice, they're really kind to me, they like to give me stuff, and, well, make sure I'm fed pretty well, I suppose. So I have here, in this container, it still smells good. I have a nice, good old pint of, like, smoked salmon. So I plan on making a very nice, high-quality smoked salmon chowder. It's raining outside, so it's very much weather for eating some chowder or just something like, a little creamy. So I got some smoked salmon here. Quite, to be frank and honest, that's well, actually quite a lot of salmon. I'm actually just now seeing how much salmon I got, and it's like, yeah, this is actually a lot. But right now I'm just kind of sifting through the salmon slices. There's some capers on it. I don't really want capers in my soup. Capers are great and all, don't get me wrong. I like them in like making a chicken piccata. Like a chicken piccata is very delicious and all, but I'm trying to make a chowder. And well, chowder doesn't exactly have that. Oh, by the way, just to mention it, if you can't read and didn't see the stream title, yeah. So remember when I did that stream yesterday, and then I went back on Twitch, and I did a stream essentially saying, oh yeah, let me put all this stuff in it, and one of those ingredients was gochujang. So I've had that gochujang for, well, a while, and I'm gonna be honest and say that I did not think it actually had an expiration date. So, yep, this morning when I went to work, I started to feel a little sick, in the sense of like, yeah, I felt like I was gonna puke and was feeling like a little lightheaded and all this and that. And I thought like, wow, that's weird. I don't know why I feel so strange and sick right now, because, well, I've been in pretty good condition recently. No sickness, I guess. I've just been I'm just like a generally healthy person. So it's really, really strange for me to feel sick like that. And started to think like, oh man, I feel sick. So what did I eat recently? Because usually that's my second thought. My first thought is, why do I feel sick? My second thought is, how could I feel sick? So I started thinking and like, essentially just went to the consensus that maybe it was something I ate yesterday, and I was thinking that maybe it was the gochujang. that I have, my little Korean chili paste. So I checked it and this morning, and well, when I got back from work at least, and yeah, that expired last year. So to say that it's past its due date, I think is an understatement. Whoops. Despite that, despite seemingly giving myself food poisoning, I was completely fine for the day. Yeah, I don't understand myself. I don't understand how my body works. I'll die to, like, the littlest of things. But, by God, if I somehow eat, like, extremely expired food, yeah, no, I'm fine. My stomach is just made of an unnecessary amount of, like, BS. Like, I don't even understand, like, why? How was I able to survive? Well, not survive, but how was I able to not, like, feel like dying? I just felt moderately unpleasant when I was, like, at my job today. Just felt like, man, this is a really inconvenient time. I want to work. And that's what really, all my thought was just boiling out to. Just like, I want to go work. I don't feel like being sick. Okay. My rambling aside. Sorry, I got this orange. I just have orange juice out because I'm just kind of thirsty. I just want some OJ, okay? Can you blame a guy for wanting to have some OJ? I just want to have some orange. I want orange. Okay. I had to make sure I also got some equipment that I nearly kind of forgot. And I also wanted to get my cup because I wanted to drink. I'm not going to be a heathen and drink it from the container itself, despite living alone. I feel like that kind of rule, like, oh, you're not allowed to drink from the thing, is only a thing that you only do when you live with other people. But since I live alone, those rules don't really apply to me. However, I still kind of care. Yeah. Refreshing. But it's not as good as lemonade, but it's good. Next best thing. Alright, let's get this started. So the thing that's probably going to take the longest to make, I'm going to start with making first. So the first thing I'm going to probably make, I'm going to start working on hold on. I gotta mess with my bowls here. The first thing I'm going to start is the baguette, or baguette. I don't know. I never really figured out how to truly pronounce it. But I'm going to start with that first. And it simply calls for a surprising little amount of yeast. So I'm going to add yeast that's required. This is not my recipe. You don't want to make sure this is a good. Well, make sure I can just follow a recipe, and if I can follow this recipe to a T, I can know that either I'm doing something wrong or the recipe is wrong. I don't know which is true, but I don't think it really matters at the moment. I gotta move this cutting board, actually. It's actually getting in the way a bit. And before anyone comments on it, yes, my kitchen is a mess right now. It's just because my setup is, well, a mess right now, I guess. I don't know what to say. Okay. 370 grams of water. Or milliliters, as some people would say. There we go. 370. Boop, boop, boop. Perfect. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked at how little yeast there is in this. It's interesting. It's strange. I just think it would be a little bit more, and it also specifies for the water to be cold. I guess it's just trying to do like a very low-key cold ferment, I suppose, but still interesting in that sense. All right. Okay, there we go. I now have to just get into my little bowl of fun here. Or my barrel. Well, it's not really a barrel. Oh, it's just a bucket. My bucket of fun. 500 grams of flour. Too much. There you go. 500 on the top. Perfect. Now I need around 10 grams of salt. This ratio is really interesting. At 8, 9. There we go, 10. For a while. And now I also need honey, which is fairly strange in my head. Honey is one of those things I don't really see in bread. Actually, wait, scratch that. Honey is a very common ingredient I see in sourdough. I guess, but I just always refuse to use it. I don't know why. It's just in my head. I just think of honey. Just don't use it. Don't use it. It's cheating, but I'm just gonna use it because the recipe told me to. And despite what I might think and say, I just gotta use it. That and I think it's just mostly because I think of honey as a, what is it? Just complicated to work with because it's sugar and also acidic. So it's very complicated to work with. But I think I should work with honey a bit more often because of that. It's fun. It makes it interesting. Right. 25 grams. I'm actually kind of surprised I measured that on the dime, considering that honey is a very difficult thing to mix with, at least. I need to actually get my bowl scraper. Before you ask why I was mixing that with the wrong side, I don't know. I kind of just wanted to. It's weird like that, I guess. And then the recipe just said for this bread I'm going to try and make, just knead it. Do some slap and folds, which is what I'm trying to do right now. So it's a lot like how I guess you would make a sourdough, so to say. But it's a lot more wet, actually. This recipe. Which is nice. A little bit more difficulty. Speaking of difficulty, I actually need to I want to actually make bread harder to make for myself. In the sense of making something harder, it means I just have to change the hydration. And changing the hydration makes things harder, yes, but it also makes your bread better. It can make the bread lighter, it can make it more crusty. There's a lot of things that can, there's a lot of good that can come from a more wet bread. The only thing about using a wetter kind of bread, though, is, well, wet. Harder to work with. So, I'm just kind of kneading this in the air, like like accordion style. I don't have enough forearm strength for this. I'm also trying to do like some folds in the air. I kind of want to see if I can make this not as tacky and just make it smooth. I would need this like on the on the surface here, but I just don't feel like cleaning it, and that's my only thing that's stopping me. I really just don't want to clean up the mess. So I'm just kinda messing it with my hands right here, and let me tell you, my arms, my forearms, getting a workout right now. Because usually when I knead stuff, I'm using my whole body weight, and I'm also just pushing. But with this, I'm actually using like biceps, I guess, or triceps, or something. My forearm, not my forearms. I'm using muscles I'm not normally used to using. Oh man, it hurts. Lung, I must say, thank you for your due diligence in staying here. I really do appreciate it. Which is kind of funny, because on my Discord server, I did actually do a poll today. I did a poll today of like, okay, do you want to see me on Twitch, or do you want to see me on YouTube? And seeing how only you are here, makes me kind of wonder, why did they want me to go on YouTube and they're not going to even watch me? That's crazy, that's crazy. But since you're here, I appreciate it nonetheless. Make it feel a lot less lonely. That being said, though, I might actually cheat on YouTube again. Not your fault, Mr. Lung, or Mrs. Lung, or just Lung. Don't know your pronouns, whatever you go by. Nothing against you, but I do like that feeling of comfort, though. It's not you, it's me, it's just me, it's not you. I kind of wish I was able to simultaneously stream YouTube and Twitch. That'd be really cool. I just don't know how to do that. Hey. I'm definitely getting there with this thing. It's starting to get a lot more tough. Or a lot more like worked, like gluten and all that stuff, you know? A lot less tacky, but it's just taking a while. Arms are getting tired. I actually gotta walk around and like play with this in my hand, play with this, because now it's for some reason making me have some mental semantics here. I'm like tired, being like physically tired out, and it's now getting into the mental exhaustion. Yeah, I haven't really made a dough that's this wet in a long time. So it's really interesting to work with it. Well, for now, I'm gonna let that rest. I've played with it quite enough, so I'll let that be. Alright, well, I just washed my hands. Sorry. I just kind of went silent there. Yay. Well, just gonna really quickly just check on how it looks. It looks pretty good. Definitely gonna have to fold it again in a moment, but we'll let that rest and do its thing as I actually start switching stream platforms again. I hate to do it. I hate to do it, but it simply must be done for my own sake of sanity. Alright, so I'm gonna really quickly just, hey! I suppose I should just plug in my Twitch, because that's where I'm gonna be going. Yeah. This is weird. Well, I will see you in a moment if you decide to follow me on Twitch.
Okay. Let's make it simple.
Oh, be quiet, be quiet.
Hello,
be quiet.
it's me, the local virtual...
Alright. Anyways. Alright, yep. Alright. See ya in a moment.